Celebrity, Princess, and Royal Caribbean. Three of the biggest names in cruising, but very different when it comes to food. Celebrity and Princess are considered premium lines, while Royal Caribbean is more mainstream. So does that price gap actually show up on your plate? We're comparing all three, category by category. If you're deciding between them, hit subscribe now. We're judging this across 4 categories: main dining room, buffet, specialty dining, and overall value. A comparison based on what we experienced firsthand on each line. Let's start with the main dining room, and this is where Celebrity does something none of the other two do. On Celebrity's newer ships, there isn't just one main dining room. There are 4, each with its own theme and its own exclusive menu. Cyprus leans into Mediterranean seafood and Greek flavors, Normandy serves modern French cuisine, Tuscan brings rustic Italian dishes and handmade pasta, and Cosmopolitan offers a new American menu with global touches. So over a week, you can genuinely eat 4 different styles of cuisine without ever paying a specialty dining fee. My favorite was Cyprus. I love the Mediterranean flavors, especially the Greek meze board with creamy tzatziki, hummus, feta, and warm pita, and the lamb kebabs were easily one of my favorite main dining room entrees. Normandy also has some excellent options, particularly the baked brie and the seafood stew with crème fraîche, making it another great choice if you're looking for classic French cuisine. Princess takes a more traditional approach. Most ships have 2 to 3 main dining rooms sharing the same nightly rotating menu, so the food is consistent no matter which one you're in. What stands out is the reliability. Dishes are well executed across the board, and Princess's kitchen has a reputation for hitting the basics. Steaks, pastas, seafood, very well, night after night. On the newer Sphere-class ships, Princess introduces a refreshed dining concept. Sun Princess features the 3-deck Horizons dining room with rotating menus, while Star Princess debuts the line's first 3-story main dining room complex, made up of Aurora, Celestial, and Sanctuary dining, each with its own dedicated menu format. The experience is designed to be the heart of the ship, offering varied nightly entrees, solid vegetarian options, and dependable soups and appetizers. While not every dish is exceptional, overall quality remains steady, and themed menus tied to itineraries add a nice touch. Royal Caribbean's main dining room is known for being reliable, crowd-pleasing, and approachable, offering a familiar mix of classic dishes and themed menus that appeal to a wide range of tastes. While it doesn't aim for the elevated culinary-forward experience found on premium lines, the MDR consistently delivers solid meals, friendly service, and a comfortable, traditional cruise dining atmosphere. So for main dining room, Celebrity wins this round for us, simply because 4 distinct restaurants for the price of your fare is hard to beat. It's the closest thing to specialty dining without the specialty dining bill. Princess is the most consistent, and Royal Caribbean holds its own with genuine variety night to night. Celebrity's Ocean View Cafe is set up in stations rather than one long line, which keeps things moving even when it's busy. The standout for us is the cheese and cured meat selection. It's genuinely well-balanced, with both familiar options and some more unusual picks you wouldn't expect to find on a buffet. There's also a dedicated vegan and gluten-free section at every meal, and the dinner service in particular is underrated. Quieter than lunch, with offerings including a carving station that are just as strong. I love Celebrity's buffet, especially the cheese variety and overall food quality. Princess's World, Fresh Marketplace takes a similar station-based approach, but what really works is the layout. Instead of one long counter, it's broken into distinct zones like an international station, a carvery, a fresh salad bar, and a dedicated bakery. On the new Sphere-class ships, the buffet is branded as the Eatery, which also uses a station-based layout. It genuinely cuts down on congestion, and each section has its own feel, almost like walking through a few different small restaurants rather than one buffet line. Princess is also great. Their seafood is consistently strong and well-prepared. Royal Caribbean's Windjammer is the biggest in scale. Huge variety, a different themed cuisine featured most nights, plus a carving station and specialty counters that shift depending on the ship and itinerary. It's less about a refined layout and more about sheer range. If you can think of a cuisine, there's a decent chance it's in there somewhere. It can get busy at peak times, but the food selection makes up for it. Royal is fantastic for variety. There's always something new to try. Across all 3 lines, the Indian food is excellent, consistently flavorful, well-spiced, and far better than you'd expect from a buffet. All three cruise lines serve genuinely great Indian dishes. Now let's talk about the smaller, casual spots on each ship. The free grab-and-go options you'll probably end up using more than you expect. Celebrity standout is Café Al Baccio, a European-style coffee shop with a gelato counter attached. The pastries and cookies are complimentary, though the specialty coffees carry a small charge, and it's genuinely one of the better casual spots at sea. Right nearby is Eden Cafe. Not the full Eden restaurant, which charges for dinner, but its daytime counterpart, serving a free breakfast of smoothies, muesli, and bagels, and a lunch of sandwiches, paninis, and fresh salads, all inside that same striking multi-level space. There's also the poolside mast grill for burgers and fries, and the Spa Cafe, which offers salads, chilled soups, and other lighter bites alongside healthier options like yogurt parfaits. All of these are included in your fare. Princess's complimentary standout remains the International Cafe, a true 24/7 venue offering pastries, sandwiches, paninis, salads, and grab-and-go bites at no extra charge. It's consistently one of the tastiest free options on the ship, and an easy fallback whenever you don't want a full sit-down meal. It's worth noting that several of Princess's other casual favorites, including Alfredo's Pizzeria and the Salty Dog Gastropub, have shifted to a cover charge model in recent years, typically around $15 for a fixed menu. They still feel casual, but they're no longer fully complimentary unless you're sailing with a dining package. That leaves the International Cafe as the line's most reliable, genuinely free casual option. Royal Caribbean easily offers the widest range of free casual dining among the three lines, with options that genuinely cover every craving. Sorrento's Pizza stays open late into the night and has become the unofficial post-party stop, while Café Promenade, or Pearl Cafe on Icon-class ships, runs 24 hours for coffee, pastries, and grab-and-go bites. You'll also find El Loco Fresh for Tex-Mex and the Doghouse for hot dogs, both included in the fare. On the new Icon class, Royal Caribbean introduced Aquadome Market, its first true cruise ship food hall. It features 5 to 6 staffed stalls serving different cuisines, everything from crepes and pressed juices to Mexican, Korean, Cajun, and Spanish tapas, all complimentary. The concept has been popular enough that Royal Caribbean is expanding it with each new ship, adding even more global options on Legend of the Seas. If you're trying to eat well without touching your wallet, Royal Caribbean wins this one outright. More free casual spots than either of the other two, real variety across cuisines, and a genuine food hall on top of it. Celebrities Café Al Baccio and Eden Cafe are the strongest individual items in this category, but it's a couple of venues, not a full lineup. Princess's free options have actually shrunk recently, with a few former freebies now carrying a cover charge, worth knowing if you're budgeting your trip. Now on to specialty dining. This is where cruise lines really go all out to impress you. All three have the fundamentals covered: steakhouse, Italian, French, sushi, teppanyaki. You'll find some version of each here. But it's the standout, one-of-a-kind venues where things get really interesting. Celebrity's headline restaurant is Le Voyage by Daniel Boulud, created with the Michelin-starred chef as Celebrity's global culinary ambassador. The menu draws on the cuisines that have shaped Boulud's career, with dishes like Tunisian-style beef tartare and Brazilian moqueca showing up alongside classic French technique. It's an intimate, reservation-only space, and it's about as close to fine dining as you'll get at sea. Celebrity also has Eden, less a restaurant than an entire multi-story venue, with its own cafe by day and a dramatic dinner experience at night. I absolutely loved the creativity of the food and the whimsical, nature-inspired dining experience at Eden. Reviewers widely agree, often naming it the best specialty restaurant on board for its immersive open kitchen concept and highly imaginative dishes like the truffled risotto and standout crab cakes. Celebrity also has Le Petit Chef. It's a 3D projection dining experience. A tiny animated chef appears right on your table and walks you through the story behind each course as the real dish is served to match. The roughly 90-minute experience is tied to a theme, often something like history, art, love, and technique, and you can mix and match between 2 set menus per course. Food quality gets mixed reviews depending who you ask. Some call it more about the novelty than top-tier specialty dining. Others say it's excellent. But almost everyone agrees the experience itself is memorable and worth doing at least once. Royal Caribbean's newest immersive dining concept, Royal Railway, now appears on 2 ships, each with its own storyline and menu. On Utopia of the Seas, guests step into Royal Railway Utopia Station, a Wild West adventure set inside a vintage train car. Frontier landscapes roll past the windows, actors guide a playful Western narrative, and a themed multi-course menu leans into American and Southwestern flavors. The experience evolves on the upcoming Legend of the Seas, where the train becomes Royal Railway Legend Station, inspired by Marco Polo's travels along the ancient Silk routes. Digital windows trace a cinematic journey across continents, and each course reflects a region along the route, creating a blend of storytelling, scenery, and globally inspired cuisine. Both versions are part restaurant, part theater, an imaginative fusion of digital effects, live performance, and themed dining. They're designed less as traditional fine dining meals and more as one-of-a-kind, immersive adventures. Royal Caribbean also offers Wonderland, a whimsical Alice in Wonderland-inspired restaurant built around playful presentation and unexpected culinary twists. Dishes are themed to elements like fire, ice, sea, and earth, focusing on surprise and creativity rather than conventional dining. Princess's standout on Sun Princess is Love by Brito, a collaboration between chef Rudy Sodeman and pop artist Romero Brito. It's an intimate, art-filled space at the aft of the ship, where Brito's bold heart motifs show up in everything from the decor to the plating. The multi-course tasting menu leans premium, with dishes like butter-poached lobster, Chilean sea bass, and Wagyu tenderloin. Sun Princess also features Spellbound by Magic Castle, a hybrid cocktail and magic experience that blends themed drinks, a curated dinner menu, and live illusions in a series of theatrical rooms. The meal itself leans into the theme with dishes like a vanishing jumbo shrimp cocktail and a black cod course, served in a reserved section before guests are led through to the magic show and included cocktails. The themed dinner and magic show experience priced around $149 per person. Royal Caribbean's other showpiece is the Empire Supper Club, currently found on Icon of the Seas. It's an 8-course, 3-hour dinner built around a 1930s New York City theme, complete with a live jazz trio and a formal dress code. Each course comes paired with its own cocktail, and the menu leans into upscale American classics: crispy oysters Rockefeller, butter-poached lobster, and Wagyu ribeye. At $200 per person, it's Royal Caribbean's most expensive dining venue by far, positioned less as a regular specialty restaurant and more as a full night out. So is there one clear winner? It really comes down to value. Royal Caribbean gives you the most for free, no upgrades needed. Princess has changed the game recently. Their premier package now bundles in unlimited specialty dining, so places like Sabatini's or Love by Brito are already paid for. Celebrities Always Included covers drinks and Wi-Fi, but specialty dining is still extra there too. But honestly, any of these three will feed you well. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.